guys and welcome to DriveSpark. I'm Prameet, and by the title you must be knowing what car are we driving today. Well, this is the all-new Kia Syros. This variant that we are driving is the top-of-the-line HTX Plus optional turbo petrol variant. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what all do you get in this variant, especially because this is the top-of-the-line fully loaded Kia Syros. So without wasting any time, let's quickly start this video.
Now let's start talking about the front end of the car. Now since this is a very top end variant of the Kia Syros, you obviously get this full LED headlamp unit. You get a vertically stacked DRL that obviously converts into the indicators, which is pretty bright. And plus you also get this ice cube LED headlamp setup. Now overall, if you see the design of the Kia Syros, it has taken inspiration from the EV9, which is the flagship SUV offered in India, which is priced at rupees 1.3 crore ex-showroom, and you will see a very similar design on the Syros as well, not only on the outside but on the inside also a little bit. Now you also get level 2 ADAS, where you have a camera on top and you have a radar at front that works in sync with that, and obviously you get the ADAS features that work together through that. Plus, if we see the front end of the vehicle, you will also notice that it gets silver finishing on the bumper, and obviously it gets a front parking camera that is for your 360-degree camera feature that this car also gets. If you move to the side of the vehicle, you will notice that this gets the 17-inch alloy wheels that has a very unique design. It looks good when the car is moving. At the side, if you come, you will see that it gets flush door handles, and obviously because of the flush door handles, this is not something that pops out on its own. It's not a mechanical thing, it's a manual thing. So I think it's more of a gimmick. You actually need to open the handle and then open the door. So it's basically a two-step process. Well, however, we think that the top-end variant could have got an electronic handlebar that pops out as soon as you lock the car or unlock the car. It can go back on its own. If you talk about the ground clearance, it's around 190 mm, which is pretty decent for a car to take on bumps and potholes within our city. You also get a roof rail, you get a big panoramic sunroof, and you also get a shark fin antenna. If you move to the rear section also, you will notice that it gets this connected LED tail light, and because of this connected LED tail light, the rear section looks nice. It gets a full LED cluster, plus you also get a wiper along with a washer, and you also get a spoiler at the back. Now, if you talk about the boot space of the vehicle, well, the boot space can be adjusted. You can obviously slide the second row front, and by sliding it all the way up to the front, you will get around 465 liters. This is just by sliding and not folding the seats. Obviously, if you fold the seat, you will get even more boot space to accommodate luggage. If we talk about the wheelbase of the vehicle, the wheelbase is around 2550 mm, the width is around 1805 mm, and the length is 3995 mm, which is just under 4000 mm. So now let's move on the inside, and on the inside, when you first step in the vehicle, you will notice that the big panoramic sunroof obviously gives a lot of air and light inside the cabin, and the cabin looks very airy. And on the inside also, you have some designer inspiration that has been taken from the EV9, and which you see on the dashboard is the Trinity screen. Now the screen is a very good unit. Obviously you have three screens, a 12.25, a 12.25, and then you have a 5-inch screen in between for the air conditioning. Now the air conditioning screen, I mean, it is a touch screen, but honestly, while driving, if you have to adjust the aircon temperature, it becomes slightly difficult because the steering wheel comes in between. But a good thing is that Kia has given physical buttons on the dashboard so that you can control the aircon unit, which is actually a very, very good thing. So you have both options. You can either control it from the screen, or you can control it from the buttons that are on the dashboard. Now, if we talk about a little bit of comfort, obviously you have power adjustable seat for the driver, you have air conditioning, that's automatic climate control, you have an adjustable steering wheel for height only. There is no telescopic, it's just for tilt. And you get obviously ventilated seats at the front. So the ventilated seats are not only at the front, but you get ventilated seats at the back as well. But there is one thing, at the back the ventilation is only at the lower part of the seat and not at the backrest like in the front. So I mean, they could have given it at the backrest, but at the back you also get ventilated seat, which is kind of a good option, especially during peak hot summer. And at the back you also get a air purifier, a smart air purifier, which obviously purifies the cabin through any contamination or any odor that might be there inside the cabin. The rear seats can be folded in a 60-40 split, which is kind of a good thing. Well, you have ample amount of storage inside the cabin. If we talk about the Type-C charging ports, you get 4 Type-C charging ports, and obviously that is very useful. You get 2 at the front and 2 at the rear. You also get a 12-volt charging socket. Well, let's talk about the steering wheel of the vehicle. The steering wheel of the vehicle is a double D-cut steering wheel, which is pretty fancy. You have the off-centric Kia logo. You can see you get these ambient lights, so you get 64 colors of ambient light. Obviously that enhances your driving experience at night. And let us now see some more features. You get a wireless charger, then obviously you get Harman Kardon Premium 8 speaker surround sound system, which is obviously pretty good. You get Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, that is wireless. So now let us talk about the engine that you get. So this particular variant, we'll be talking about this particular variant. So this gets a 1 liter turbo petrol engine. That's a 3-cylinder engine, and this produces 118 bhp and 172 Nm of peak torque. Obviously it's a 3-cylinder and it is turbocharged. Gearbox option, this one presently has the 7-speed DCT, but you also get a manual with this option. So yeah, as far as engine goes, you only have a 1 liter turbo petrol or a turbo diesel. You do not get a naturally aspirated engine. Well, obviously a naturally aspirated engine would have to work a little more with this body, with people inside, so they thought that why not give a turbo petrol engine. And if you talk about the mileage of the turbo petrol engine, when in peak city traffic, the turbo petrol can give as less as single digits and as high as around say 15 to 16 kilometers, maybe 17 kilometers if you're using cruise control on the highway. Well, obviously the claimed ARAI mileage is around 17.68. It obviously has a 45 liter tank, so I mean you can calculate the math. So around 15 to 16 is what you can expect from a mixed driving on the highway as well as on the city. Now all 4 wheels are equipped with discs, so obviously the braking duty is also good, so that is something we actually like. And if we talk about the safety features of the vehicle, well, it gets anti-lock braking system, it gets brake assist, central lock, child safety, anti-theft, it gets 6 airbags as standard. Then you also have traction control, you have tire pressure monitoring system, you have ESC, you have a rear parking camera with guidelines, you also have hill assist, and as I mentioned, you have a 360-degree viewing camera, which obviously enhances your parking experience to park at tight spaces. If we talk about the 5-star rating, then obviously this gets a 5-star Bharat NCAP rating for adult as well as child occupants. And last but not least, it gets ADAS level 2. So obviously you get a lot of features such as front collision warning, automatic braking, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, driver warning, attention, adaptive cruise control, and the list actually goes on. If we talk about the price of the Syros, it starts at rupees 11 lakh ex-showroom and goes all the way up to the 17.8 lakh mark for the top end variant. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you need to know anything else about the Syros, please let us know in the comment section and we will get back to you. That these were a list of features that you get on the fully loaded Syros, especially in the turbo petrol HTX optional plus variant. So I hope you like this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Promit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.